Hi guys, welcome back to my Dreams Reality Podcasts. Today's title is, guys. Okay, listen guys, listen up. After having thought about this for a long time, guys, is it really worth it to put so much weight on other people's opinions? Just how important is opinion? Before we answer that question, let's first of all define what an opinion really is. What is an opinion? What is an opinion? An opinion is a personalized fact, a fact that is not universal, something that is personalized, something that you believe to be true or the other person believes to be true. So it is not something that is universal, like the laws of gravity. We know if you jump off a 10-story building, you are going to fall, my brother, and you're not just going to fall, you're going to accelerate down. So now, as we're looking at this stuff, why am I doing this podcast? Why am I doing this episode today? I mean, haven't we heard so much about this stuff already? Like people talking about, hey, I know the facts about that stuff. Now people have like um, these cool ways, how people be saying things on social media. They have these cool shortcuts for facts and for opinion. They'll be like, FYI, for your own information, and all these other things, right? So now, looking at these things, looking at this stuff right now, and I'm like, hey, aren't we putting too much weight into other people's opinions, into our own opinion? I mean, look at social media. Most of the stuff that's on social media is not even factual. It is all about what the other person thinks. And for some weird reason, we are taking those things seriously. Why are we taking those opinions seriously? I believe us taking that stuff seriously, taking other people's opinions seriously, be it our own, be it our friends, be it our parents, be it our relatives, or any other human being, even those strangers on social media we love so much. I believe us taking those opinions seriously is the main reason why we have as many problems as we do today. I mean, there are people, a lot of people actually, who are behaving in ways that are totally unacceptable, disgusting behaviors, just because they heard someone, an influencer, a social media influencer, talk about that. Social media influencers say, well, let me give you an example of something that's currently happening in our society right now, be it in the West, be it in the East, be it in Central Africa, be it in the North, be it in the South. This stuff has been true, and almost everybody can agree with this. The feminist movement. I know I've talked a lot about this stuff, and it's getting weary and it's getting, unpleasant having to have to talk about this topic so many times. But I want you to give me like this opportunity, maybe the last opportunity that I am going to get to have to talk about this stuff, because I am also truly disgusted by discussing about these things. I keep bringing it up because I don't want our little girls going astray. So, guys, we have the feminist movement. It started with some rich lady on social media. You know how people like to listen to the people who call themselves, well, yeah, quote unquote rich, and people tend to not listen to those who are not called quote unquote rich. So people pay attention to these people, right? Especially the girls. Girls are easily influenced by women in power, women rich, who have all this wealth, all these things, all these nice cars, nice clothes, nice shoes, nice hair, nice face, nice everything. Ladies tend to listen to those ladies far better or more than they listen to their own mothers. For some weird reason, they worship these ladies. So they listen to these people, they see all these things, and these ladies will be telling them, when your man doesn't own this, he's not a man, you should dump him. Go and find another man. Go and do this. You should stop doing these things. You should stop doing that. This is the main reason why we have an inflation when it comes to dating. Men and women aren't dating as much as they used to, especially the young boys and girls. It's because we had an access to social media and access to the internet way before anyone actually figured out that, hey, this stuff can be dangerous to your kids if you do not pay much attention to it, because now your kid need to be monitored. You have to know the dangers of the internet, the dangers of social media. We had access to social media and the internet before anyone, even the PhD holders from Stanford and MIT had figured out that, hey, this stuff is poison. It's just as bad as drugs. It's just as bad as heroin. It's just as bad as marijuana. So because no one was paying attention, people are now looking back. People had to go and look back after they figured out that, hey, wait. What's going on with our kids? What's going on with our kids? What's going on with the society? The people aren't doing what they should be doing at certain age. I mean, like a guy who's 28 years old right now is somewhere not so secure. He's working day and night just to get some approval from a girl. Listen to me, ladies, guys, gentlemen. I'm not on anyone's side. I'm simply dissecting this problem on both sides. Right now, I'm roasting the girls. Very soon, I'm going to be roasting the guys as well. So now, this the thing, right? The girls will be doing all these things, right? They listen to some social media influencer who is probably single and has to go to a nightclub in order to just have one night of good sleep. When I mean good sleep, I think you know what I mean. All the others know what I mean when I say good sleep. It's not done by one individual. There has to be a male and a female, and they have to participate in this good sleep. So she's doing all that, and she does it with many different men because no man is willing to settle with her. So these ladies, as they do all these things, it will get to them because eventually they are going to feel lonely because how long are you going to keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over again? This stuff is not even good for you. It's not even good for you. And you going on social media, yeah, telling people that they should not get married and all these things. These ladies are actually like responding or reacting to their loneliness. So they go on social media, they seek attention, the attention that they're not getting from the same men they're sleeping with on a day-to-day basis from the nightclub. They go on social media, they influence the young ladies, they love with the young girls, and they tell them, hey, you don't need men. And also when you actually do have to have a man, that man should be rich. That man should have a car already. That man should, I mean, the things that they're even telling the girls, they're mostly unrealistic. Where do you think a young man who's 25 years old is going to get a car? Is going to get a house? Is going to be financially stable? I mean, my father was not financially stable when he wasn't at that level of being financially stable when he was 28. And you are telling me that a young man should be at that level. I mean, that is absolutely horrendous, absurd. I can't even believe that we're even discussing this topic, but for the sake of our youths, for the sake of the ladies and the gentlemen, we are discussing this issue because we cannot allow this to keep going on and on because people are we're paying too much attention to these people's opinions. You need to know the difference between opinion and fact. Now, time to roast the gentlemen, time to roast the boys. They always say, well, ladies first, so I started with the ladies. Now it's time to roast the gentlemen. Now we have the gentlemen. Gentlemen. I'm going to start from the head all the way to the toes. A lot of young men are getting influenced by some, well, I wouldn't like to comment too much on this one because I don't want to get sued or anything. So I'm not going to mention any names. People, my fellow gentlemen, my brothers, let's have an element of discernment. Let's pray for discernment, because we have a lot of guys, right, who are making money in, I don't know how they make their money anyways, but okay, a lot of guys who are rich on social media, Instagram, you name it. They are showing us their lives, their lavish lives. They're showing you that these sports cars, especially the hip hop artists, the artists, actually the musicians, when they do their music videos, the hip hop guys, they always tend to go big. They have Lamborghinis, they have Ferraris, they have, oh, you name, oh, you name it, man, they all have it. If you say they Bentley, they have it. Maserati, they have it. BMW, they have it. Benz, they have it. So, as young men, and you're watching that video, and you're seeing these guys doing their thing with these hired vehicles. Most of those vehicles actually hired, that they don't own those cars. You think you are being left behind. You think you're not doing anything with your life, you're not making it, you're not really making any progress. And then after you've heard that same thought, your friends, your buddies, your colleagues, they go on social media after they've also watched the same video that you watched, the same music video that made you feel insecure, made you feel like you're not doing anything with your life. Oh yes, not that I am not trying to say young men should not work. I'm saying yes, you should work. Yes, you should have goals. Yes, you should be achieving things, and making progress in life. But have you? I want you to note this down. Know the difference between fact and opinion. Know the difference between fact and opinion, and know that things take time. You do not become a millionaire in over one night, even over 1 week. You cannot do it unless if you're involved in something shady, which is not a good thing, because shady business, it almost never ends well. It almost never ends well. Yeah, almost never ends well. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's know the difference between a fact and an opinion. Fact, I'm going to give you an example of a fact one last time before we close today's podcast. What is a fact? A fact is an undeniable truth. An undeniable truth. Something that you cannot refute no matter what. And even if you do refute it, it will still exist no matter whether you believe in it or not. That is a fact. That if I pick up a rock, be it 2 grams, be it 2 kilograms, and I throw it at whatever velocity, be it horizontal, be it vertical, it's still going to come down. It's going to be taken down by the force of gravity. If it is a force or not, because no one is determined if it is a force or not, but it will come down. That if you step off of a 10-story building, you're going to accelerate down and you're going to bounce on the ground, depending on the hardness of the ground, by the way. But anyways, you know what I'm talking about. You are going to fall. That is a fact. An undeniable fact is nothing to do with whether you believe it to be true or not. It's still going to be there. And now, well, one more last time. Opinion. What is an opinion? Someone's own truth. Something that is not universal, something that is personal, a truth that is personal. Well, I would like to call it a pseudo truth. A pseudo truth, like pseudocode. If you're into programming, you should know this one. I like to call it a pseudo truth. A truth that is made up. A truth that only you believe in, or you and a very few minority believe in. That is an opinion. Next time you hear someone speak, question yourself. Ask yourself before you ask them, is this an opinion or is this a fact? Because we put too much weight into opinions. I've seen people do crazy things because they put too much weight into opinion. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the My Dreams Reality Podcast. Hopefully we did not bore you to sleep or to death. As always, I'm your host, Alpha Raw, and we will be keeping in touch, and we will be talking again on the My Dreams Reality podcast. We will be sharing more facts, more truth, and more entertainment.
Sigona ndandindi noidonza uri pachikona dzidza kuzipa sando ndaneta nekusimbisa nekungofimbiswa. Yeah, you say you know me but you don't know my story. Unoziita say you go. Yeah, you say you family usingazive paini irimu moyo manguwa. Yeah, mundisiyeho ndipe mukana zinu ndinosidawo. Mundisiyeho ndipe mukana zinu ndinosidawo. Kana zehondo zinu ndinosidawo. Kana kunyarara zinu ndinosidawo. Kana zehondo zinu ndinosidawo. Kana kunyarara zinu ndinosidawo. I go higher, higher, higher. I pray I'll never fall again. No, I never sell my soul. Give me that love, yeah. Show me love, love. You're my baby, you're my baby.